What if every step you take, no matter how slow, is actually getting you closer to something incredible? Timo, the young turtle, couldn't help but wonder that every day. As he watched the swift rabbits race through the grass, the deer leap gracefully over branches, and the birds soar effortlessly above, his heart ached with longing. He wanted to feel the wind rushing past him, the thrill of speed and freedom. Timo dreamed of running through the forest with the same speed and grace. But there was one problem. He was different. He was slow. His short legs moved steadily, but they could never keep up with the others. The animals he admired could race for miles, but Timo's pace was always measured and deliberate. Yet deep inside, he refused to let that define him. He refused to accept that he couldn't be as fast. There was a fire inside him, a dream that burned brighter than the doubt he felt. Every morning, Timo practiced by the lake. He watched as the other animals dashed by and pushed himself to go just a little faster, to stretch the limits of his legs. He didn't know how or when, but deep down, he believed one day he would surprise them all. Every step, every fall, every moment of struggle fueled his dream. No matter how far away it seemed, Timo knew that with determination, nothing was impossible. Timo stood at the starting line, his heart pounding with both excitement and fear. He had watched Remy, the fastest rabbit in the forest, race past him countless times. But today was different. Today, Timo had decided he would prove that slow and steady could compete with speed. Remy, with his sleek fur and quick legs, was more than ready, giving Timo an encouraging nod before the race began. With a deep breath, Timo pushed off the ground, his small legs working as hard as they could. He focused on each step, determined not to be left behind. The cool breeze felt different now. It wasn't the gentle breeze he was used to, but one filled with pressure and urgency. The other animals cheered as they watched, and Timo felt the fire of determination burn brighter with every stride. But as he approached the halfway point, his legs began to tire. They were short, and no matter how hard he tried, they couldn't move as fast as Remy's. In that moment, Timo lost his balance. His front legs faltered, and before he knew it, he tumbled to the ground with a painful thud. His shell hit the dirt, and the world around him seemed to spin for a moment. He lay there, winded and bruised, feeling the sting of failure. His heart sank as he watched Remy speed across the finish line, leaving him far behind. Maybe he wasn't meant for this, he thought. Maybe he would never be fast enough. Timo trudged through the forest, his legs heavy with defeat. The sounds of the forest around him felt distant as his mind replayed the race over and over. He had tried so hard, yet it seemed like all his efforts had been for nothing. Maybe he wasn't cut out for this after all. Lost in his thoughts, he didn't notice the old owl perched on a branch above him until a soft voice spoke. "Why do you look so troubled, young turtle?" the owl asked, his voice warm and wise. Timo looked up and saw the owl, whose feathers were speckled with age and wisdom. "I tried to race, but I failed. I gave it everything I had, and it wasn't enough." The owl nodded gently. "Failure is not the end, young one. It is only a stepping stone to success. The path to greatness is built on perseverance, and each fall holds a lesson that will make you stronger." Timo listened carefully as the owl continued. "You must learn from every stumble. Look at each fall not as defeat, but as a chance to understand what went wrong and how you can improve next time." Timo felt a flicker of hope stir within him. Maybe failure wasn't something to fear. Maybe it was just part of the journey. Each day, Timo practiced with renewed focus, determined to improve. He no longer saw his falls as failures, but as opportunities to learn. He carefully observed what went wrong each time he stumbled. Was his form off? Was he rushing too much? Slowly, he began to adjust, fine-tuning every movement. He worked on his pacing, learning to conserve his energy for longer stretches, and he focused on building his strength. The more he practiced, the more Timo could feel his body growing stronger, his legs gaining power with every stride. At first, the improvements were small, almost unnoticeable. But with time, they added up. His steps became steadier, his form more fluid. The frustration of his early attempts faded, replaced by a quiet sense of accomplishment. Every small victory brought him closer to his goal. The pain of falling was still there, but it no longer discouraged him. Instead, it reminded him of how far he had come. As Timo ran through the forest, he could feel the eyes of the other animals on him. They had once laughed at him, doubted his ability to succeed, but now they watched in awe as he ran with more confidence and strength. Timo wasn't the fastest yet, but he was no longer the slowest either. He had found something greater than speed. He had found perseverance, and it was making all the difference. Every step was a testament to how far he had come, and every fall was just a reminder of how much farther he could go. Months had passed since Timo had first tried to race Remy, and with each passing day his confidence had grown. His body had become stronger, his mind sharper, and his determination unshakable. As he stood at the starting line once again, Timo felt a sense of calm he had never experienced before. This time he wasn't afraid. The thought of falling, which had once paralyzed him with doubt, no longer haunted him. He knew that failure was simply a part of the journey. It wasn't something to fear, but something to embrace. As the race began, Timo took off with steady, measured strides. His legs moved with a rhythm that felt natural now, and his breathing was calm and controlled. He wasn't concerned about how fast Remy was or how far ahead the rabbit might be. Timo was racing for himself. He was racing to prove that all those mornings spent practicing, all those falls, all the moments of frustration had been worth it. Every stumble had taught him something. Every misstep had shaped him into who he was today. As he neared the finish line, Timo felt a rush of exhilaration. He wasn't just running faster, he was running with purpose. And when he crossed the line, it wasn't just victory that filled his heart, but a deep sense of pride. Timo had won, but more importantly, he had learned the true value of perseverance. Failure had never been the end. It had always been the beginning of something greater.